Well, welcome back. This is the AM show, and we're happy to have you this morning. If you're just waking up, well, good for you, and thank you for tuning in. And of course, we have a really exciting show for you today. We'll be talking about the budget. Yes, it continues. More drama. It's beginning to look a bit like a telenovela, isn't it? And we'll also be talking about the new variant. Well, we had a conversation on that 2 days ago, I think. But we'll be finding out some more information and also how the GHS is going to handle it, especially since we've been expecting about 150,000 people coming in for Christmas. So what's going to be happening at the airports? Are we going to try and not have that many people? What exactly is the plan so that we can contain our numbers? Because we have reported some cases here in Ghana over the past few days. But joining me this morning is Manuel.
Hi, Nimzi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How about
you? Great to have you.
Absolutely.
So what's up?
Yes. I mean, drama, right, in Parliament.
Yes.
But I think an issue of concern for people is whether or not we're going to have a regular Christmas, giving your Omicron a variant of COVID-19 that just reared its head in the country. And yesterday I saw a publication from Noguchi that we had announced two.
Yes.
Cases. That publication said 34 out of 120 samples that they collected at the airport. And so, I mean, what the WHO says that it's not as, serious as the Delta and all of that, given what they have been studying with people who have the Omicron. So, I mean, we can just hope that it is really as mild as they say.
But the thing about COVID-19, though, is that isn't it the fact that it affects everybody differently?
Yes. I mean, you can be very certain that it affects everybody differently. Well, Italy, Spain, and the likes were hit badly at the height of the pandemic in 2020. Ghana, I mean, we're still pretty much below 150,000.
No, we're below. I mean,
you get it. And so, I mean, there are different sides for everybody.
Yeah.
But you just don't know which one is going to come at you.
You mean which one is going to kill you?
And get you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they do say that, it's not as, what's the word, aggressive,
exactly.
as the other strains. But we don't know. We're actually expecting a lot of people coming in for Christmas. So it's supposed to be a big tourism Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, the Ghana Tourism Authority is running what it calls Christmas, December in Ghana. So, I mean, they're wooing a lot of the diasporans to come to Ghana, just like we had in 2019, a year of return.
A year of return, yeah.
Exactly. And so
the minister said 150,000 people.
Yes. I mean, I'm wondering where all of those people are going to pass. Traffic, Charlie.
Yeah, the traffic. But now, with this, I don't know.
And that is why, if you have the opportunity to get vaccinated, please get it. Of course, the multimedia group is facilitating that, and right here,
yes, we are.
The forecourt of the multimedia group. You can come in and just get vaccinated because, I mean, it's just not about you. It's like a chain, and so camera technician is vaccinated. You are not. I am not. From him, the virus gets stronger because it's trying to, survive, and then comes to you more aggressive. And by the time it gets to me, perhaps it will be even worse. And so, I mean, if you have the opportunity to
get vaccinated,
just get.
You should. We'll be having that conversation with the Ghana Health Service. A lot of questions have also come about the booster shots and all of that. So we'll clarify that a little later on. But do you want to get into the newspapers?
Right, let's dig right into it and start from the Daily Statesman. Bagbin, don't politicize my health issues, on page 3 of the Daily Statesman. And you know that people are making reference to his medical trip and of course linking it to the drama that we're
I'm just saying that what a time to be out of town.
I know,
what
right?
A time.
I know, right? I mean, of all times. But to be fair to him,
all times.
To be fair to him, his medical trip was announced way before this drama started, and so as it is, it's not as though it has any link to what we are seeing. I bet he'd like to be here.
Some may argue, some, not me.
Okay.
Some may argue, and I'm speaking for some, the observers may argue, that yes, his medical trip was announced a long time ago, but they also knew when the budget was going to be read.
Of course. I mean, if you'd be fair, right, the budget presentation itself was rescheduled, you know, a couple of times, and so
I don't believe in this like haphazard. I've watched too many, you know, series, Designated Survivor, Madam President, Madam Secretary. I've watched too many of them
the
to believe that
together,
like anything is a coincidence or rescheduled. But I think all we're saying is what a time
to be out
to be out of Parliament.
Yeah, and
because his people are, I don't want to say misbehaving because that might be a little bit disrespectful, but they're just not, you know, they're just not, I just don't get it. Like it's and I'm beginning to feel like it's too much now. Like it's just too much. There's, you know, that you guys walk out, these people walk out, you know, it's become like a battle of who can outsmart who, you know,
and they're all talking about strategy. Anyway, you're not wrong to say that they're misbehaving. In fact, I'll quote Okujeto Ablakwa from yesterday. He said that if the minority had not staged a walkout on Tuesday when the budget was approved, we may have had, you know, a replay of January 6th in Parliament, which indeed we almost saw yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the Speaker's chair was whisked away, had to take the Marshals of Parliament to get it back in place. And so, I mean, we're seeing all of these things, and it's just, what, 2 times or 3 times in just a year? I mean, it's one too many.
Definitely one too. And I mean, we didn't see that in the last Parliament. I don't think I've seen it actually in but yeah, they're really just outdoing themselves.
That's why the Daily Dispatch takes us down memory lane to 1981 when a similar thing happened.
When you and I both weren't born.
Well, I don't know about you, but
you weren't born. If I wasn't born, you definitely weren't born, please.
How do you know that?
You really? Were you born?
My birth certificate?
Were you born?
But have you seen my birth
Let's
certificate?
just, you see, life, yes or no. Very, very simple.
No, you can't simplify life like that.
Were you born?
Anyway, you cannot simplify life like that. You only say it if you know it for certainty.
Manuel,
do you know it for certainty?
Manuel,
do you?
Were you born?
Do you know?
Wait, what? You can't answer the question. Can you imagine?
I plead the fifth.
You weren't. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, so the Daily Dispatch is taking us to 1981 when Kobe was brought into Parliament and Liman's government's budget was rejected. The story is on page 2 with pictures of the late ex-president Hila Liman and then Professor
Kobe. What did they come and do with Kobe? You definitely want to tell me that story.
Yes,
about
I will tell you, in fact, how some of the MPs were locked out of their team.
Wow.
Yes, I'll tell you all about that. But the aftermath is what we have to learn from, because after the budget was rejected, the aftermath was a proper, you know, consensus building.
I mean, he went back. I know he went back and they kind of redid the budget. And then, I mean, staying, before you move on, also staying on this budget is the whole Adwoa Safo drama as well, you know, with the minority saying that they're going to investigate. I think it was Okujeto Ablakwa who was speaking and said, you know, they're going to investigate to find out if it was actually her or if it wasn't her. And I so wish for her sake that it was her. But this is Ghana. So even if it wasn't, you know, probably nothing is going to happen because, but I so wish that it's her. And it's unfortunate that, you know, the question has even come up of whether it's her, you know, or not.
I mean, people are making reference to her, you know, makeup on the day, that's Tuesday, had frontal, had, you know, all of those.
No, we've seen the pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, from what we know of Adwoa Safo, she likes to look, you know, good, which of course she deserves to. She likes to do her makeup, and so you cannot really question why, for instance, today she has frontal and tomorrow she has a short weave, or I mean.
No, I don't even think it's about the weave or the wig, but you know, just the fact that it actually, her identity has never been questioned.
Exactly.
Before. I mean, for example, if I walked into Parliament, you would know it's me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know what I mean? It's a bit, I don't know. I do hope that the NDC or the minority go through with the investigation. And I do hope that they find out.
I mean, for their own sake, I hope they do, because...
And when they find out the truth, I do hope that they actually bring it out and it's not covered either ways, because it's important. You cannot, I mean, if it's here, fantastic. If it's not, you cannot do things like this. You cannot manipulate the system and insult Ghanaians, you know, like this. If there's a member of parliament who's not available or who's not there, that's what it is. That's where we are. But to do this is, if it is,
I've been on a long medical leave since August, and
if she's still on medical leave, it's fine. It's okay. She's on medical leave. These are the numbers that we have. Why don't we argue, or why don't we negotiate and get to a place where, you know, we find a space where the budget is acceptable for both of us? But otherwise, it's just manipulation and really just like trying to do what exactly?
And like you said earlier, it's now a battle of wit and strategy. So who has been in the house longer, who knows the workings and the ropes better,
the loopholes, like just sit down, like can you guys just sit down and actually just discuss the budget and see how you can make life better for the Ghanaian who is going to have to pay taxes and all? Can we focus on that and stop all this unnecessary back and forth? Because it's really just like, it's getting, I mean, come on, you're supposed to be like the decision makers of the country, you know what I mean? Like, and we're throwing chairs in Parliament. We saw this in January. We forgave you guys for it. Well, at least we moved on from it. We're not expecting to see it again.
And I agree with you totally. I don't know what it would take for both sides of the house to think
about the average Ghanaian and find a space that works.
To work and then see how this goes. But of course, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you can continue with that.
But if you're looking to you know, enjoy Christmas in Ghana as it is, or the Ghana Health Service, and by extension a lot of other state agencies are saying without COVID-19 vaccination cards, you cannot visit public places for Christmas. The story is on page number 11 of the Daily Dispatch. And for those of you who have been looking for a space to breathe, tomorrow is a holiday. It's a public holiday. And so the Daily Dispatch...
Are you just trying to come and make us sad?
I'm just stating facts, and we're, you know, reporting from the Daily Dispatch.
Yeah, we'll be here, so... Yeah, okay.
All the best to you.
Are you not coming to work tomorrow?
No.
Why?
It's a public holiday.
I'm going to call Elvis. I need a co-host tomorrow. Manuel is off, so he's available. Let me quickly do the international stories on page 5 of the Daily Guide. Ethiopia, government claims territorial gains over Tigrayan forces near the capital. South Africa president chides African states over travel bans. Interesting. U.S. to impose stricter testing for travelers. Of course, world's most expensive city to live in revealed. Okay, Tel Aviv. Interesting. Soaring inflation and supply chain problems has pushed up prices globally, but the Israeli city is coming top for the first time in a survey by the EIU, climbing from 5th place and pushing Paris to join second with Singapore. Interesting. I went to Dubai with 4 officials. Okay, that's the speaker. Entertainment, Ekweapin Polo back in jail. That story was kind of trending on social media over the past 2 days. Let me just do the back page. Big boost for Qatar 2022 African fans. Okay, so about 5,000 African football fans are to be provided with free sponsorship to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. We are the monkeys. That's Patrice. Charlie. I'm just going to move on. Kotoko oldies and dwarfs clash. Okay, that's it for me. There are a lot more stories, but I want you to go through a few of yours.
Well, of course, the Business Finder is reporting redesigned procurement system to support local entrepreneurs. The Trade Union Congress, Dr. Anthony Alba, of course, saying that a CBG hits 1 billion Ghana cedi mark in supporting individuals and MSMEs. But the story of interest for me, which I'm going to read for you, especially because we're wrapping up the year pretty shortly, is SNIT assuring pensioners of regular payment of pensions. And I am just hoping that we could work the ropes to be able to give pensioners a bit more than we give them. We've had a lot of analysts coming at SNIT, accusing them of, investing or using
the money, in a way that doesn't maximize.
Exactly. The fund is for pensioners. And so, I mean, at the end of all of everything that you do, the core should be the pensions. How is it affecting the pensioners?
Yeah, but the major thing is never the major thing in this country. The minor thing, we major in minors. The minor thing somehow always becomes a major thing. And pensions not getting enough, budget approval, disapproval. Anyway, we'll have some of our members in Parliament joining us this morning so that they can tell us what it was like yesterday, what went into some of the decisions that were made, and how come we're still dealing with this. It's Thursday. This is almost a week old.
Yeah.
It started.
Like yesterday, they put a motion to overturn the approval, which overturned the rejection. And so, like a circus, right, going round and round and round and on the same thing. Actually had one MP said, okay, we are waiting for our speaker when he comes. When he comes. So,
as in, like, the senior prefect is not there.
Yeah.
So ASIPE has implemented some things, and you're like, nah. Make senior prefects come, and then we'll see.
Sort it out.
We'll see whether we'll see whether interesting. Anyway, we'll have that conversation later on. I'd love to hear from you and find out what you think about what's going on with the budget. So we'll open the phone lines as well after the sports, and then we can get your thoughts on that. But let's do My Joy Online really quickly before we hand over to Muftal. Okay, great stuff. On the front page of My Joy Online, I don't think it's called front page, but anyway, Speaker Bagbin is not an MP, but I am. Joseph Osei Owusu defends approval of 2022 budget.
And we had Ernesto Yeboah, the Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Fighters League. Well, he's alleging that the NDC has cut a deal with the NPP to pass the 2022 budget, and so people shouldn't fall for the drama. All of this that you're seeing is just characters who are playing their roles in a grand scheme. And so that's what Ernesto Yeboah of
making money.
Well, do we know that? I mean, he's supposed to adduce evidence, right? You cannot just say that the NDC is in a cahoot with the NPP over the budget and not say, okay, I heard this, or I saw this, or I have this.
Evidence.
I mean,
that's why it's alleged.
Well, if you're alleging,
alleged is the space between when you say it and when you find.
Well, if you're alleging and you want us to take you seriously,
then you have to give evidence.
Thank you.
Yeah, which we're never going to get, so we should just move on. Anyways, please go to My Joy Online for all the news that you need. So news, business, entertainment, everything else. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the sports, and then after the sports, we'll get into the budget conversation proper. It's an exciting morning ahead. I can definitely promise you that. Don't go anywhere.